Welcome to a new episode of Sean Resolute. I am here in West Seattle and I'm just going down to the beach. I'm actually doing a burpee challenge at the moment, so I've got my mat and everything I need. And my plan is to do my burpees and then I'm going to go in the water for a little bit of like an ice bath for my Achilles mainly. So today's episode, let me get across this road. Today's episode is my 9-month update. 9 months since I had my operation for my Achilles tendon. Yeah, and it's been a long old recovery, to be honest. So 9 months, and as stated in my sort of previous video, I did an 8-month video, so if you haven't seen that, have a look at that. If you have, great. Yeah, so it was probably 2 weeks ago that I had the official 9-month update. The Achilles is doing well. It's feeling pretty strong at the moment, but definitely a little bit off being 100%. So since the 8 months, I think the biggest difference of what I've been able to do is sprinting. I've started running a lot more aggressively, if you like. That's too bright. I've been able to do quite a few 5Ks, and I'm starting to be able to move through the gears a little bit, for want of a better word. Sprinting, I actually did a video. I started doing a little bit of reffing alongside coaching soccer or football, depending whereabouts you are, and with that, you know, you have to sprint or run fast to keep up. So I actually decided to do the FIFA US Federation fitness test, the referee one, which was six sprints, 40 meters and then 75 meters, like longer sort of sprints, and that was the biggest test for my Achilles. I've explained previously, one of the big things, one of the hardest things when coming back from Achilles is ballistic movements. So that Achilles, you know, exploding, lengthening and shortening, and that's certainly been like the issue for me. A lot of it is to do with fear, and obviously, you know, you've got the strength and you have to build up to this stuff, which I've like gradually done. I did a box jump to see how that went. I had done one by accident. I was doing like burpee step ups and then just switched off and I ended up jumping, but I did that once, and that was about 6 weeks ago, maybe 7 weeks now. And then 2 weeks ago, on the weekend of the 9-month sort of anniversary, I did a box jump onto the bench. I'll put a video of that in. But yeah, so it's feeling good. Now, the biggest issues I'm having, if I'm being brutally honest, is if I have like a big weekend of, let's say I've been reffing, I've been running around for 90 minutes, and then coaching, and then I'm in the car, the Achilles definitely feels stiff, and it'll feel stiff around to the sort of the top of the ankle and around the like sides of the ankle bone, and as well as up into the calf, like at the top of the Achilles tendon, which, you know, for me, the ankle stuff is annoying, but when I start to feel it in the Achilles at the top and towards the calf, that you know, not worries me, but it definitely makes me take some action on sort of loosening that. Yeah, so one of the big reasons that and I've been wanting to do this for a while, I mentioned it about coming down to Alki here on the water. The main reason is to have that like ice bath. I just want to sort of flush everything out of my Achilles, because it has took a little bit of a battering the past few weeks. Other things, and again, you might be different in terms of what you're coming back to. I spoke to a load of different people on like YouTube and off YouTube, like through comments, or what people are going back to, like kickboxing and running and soccer and stuff like that. And you know, that's really the challenging bit. Like, you can get back to having a good, comfortable life with the Achilles, you know, being able to walk, even being able to jog and walk down steps, walk up steps and stuff like that. The tricky bit is getting back to your former self, you know, getting back them like times. So I mentioned, you know, doing a 5k. I'm about like 10 minutes slower. I've mentioned I'm doing this burpee challenge. It's 100 burpees a day for 14 days. And my first set, I could normally do 100 burpees in about 7 minutes before my injury. Now I'm at just under 13. It was 12 minutes and 47 seconds. You know, so it's twice as long. But then when I put things into perspective, I only started doing burpees 2 weeks ago, proper burpees with the jump and everything. So that's really the tricky bit. Strength. Oh, massive seagull overhead. The strength of me Achilles and my calf feels pretty good when it's flat, when my feet are flat. But when I am going onto my toes and stuff like that, you know, it's definitely weaker. It's improved a lot. But like with my left foot, where I can go up onto my toes, my non-injured foot, doing that on my right, I can do, but I have to concentrate, and it's definitely not as easy. So taking all that into perspective, happy overall with my recovery. I definitely feel like I'm almost there with a lot of stuff, but the Achilles itself is, oh, I'm just gonna sit down. There we go. The Achilles itself is still, you know, twice the size of my healthy one. There's a little bit of a bump on the Achilles still, and I think a lot of it is, I think there's scar tissue in there and stuff like that. So I think the next stage for me is going to be sort of working with somebody to try and clear that stuff out. I know there's don't know the name of it, but like an ultrasound machine that, like, you know, blasts it. I've seen a lot of like the UFC guys have stuff like that to help with healing there, and also like the scraper, just scraping that scar tissue out and just trying to clean it up a little bit. And then also with the Achilles and with the calf, just trying to keep that loose, maybe, you know, acupuncture, massage, whatever I can, and just try and polish off like this last bit of rehab. I just wanted to get this 9-month one done. Little update where I am personally. I would say if you know, if you're behind me, don't worry about it, and if you're ahead of me, great, good work. You know, this is all dependent on the type of injury, how quickly you were able to get the surgery, type of surgery that you needed, and you know, there's a whole host of factors with timing. So I personally don't get too stressed on that, and sort of think of it as a long-term thing, like where you want to be in a year or two. And that's kind of what I always thought. I knew like 9 months is the sort of the back to sport time frame that I was told, but I also was sort of, you know, giving myself like a year. I knew a year to sort of, you know, get back to where I was. Anything earlier than that would be great. So yeah, so just to clarify, you know, CrossFit stuff, weightlifting and jumping is better, like able to start to sprint, and all them things are coming back. Joining in with coaching, playing a little bit of soccer, but again, I would like, just to clarify, all these things are sort of like base level for me at the moment. You know, like with the jumping, I'm not doing like 25 box jumps. I've done like one single jump. Jump rope, I'm starting to get like stronger at, doing more volume with them. Sprinting, again, it's not how I was sprinting previous, but it's definitely, you know, in the realm of a sprint. The 5k, again, it's not like how I used to do a 5k, but I'm still completing a 5k. So yeah, I would say I'm able to do a lot of stuff now, but it's definitely still on, you know, sort of easy mode, which is fine. It's going to take time to build up. Okay, this is where my Achilles is at the moment. You see the scar, still thick. And the bits I was mentioning was like down here, can get tight on the opposite side, and then also at the front, going up here in the top of that tendon. Okay, September the 19th today, and like I said, just gonna go into the water. Oh, it is fresh. Ooh. Oh, I shouldn't have brought my phone really. Yeah, so up to my waist at the moment. What I'm going to do is have, I don't know, a few minutes like this, then I'm going to go out for a second. I'm going to drop the cameras off and that type of stuff, and then yeah, get in a little bit deeper where yeah, I'm not risk of dropping all this camera equipment. But again, the main aim of this is just to flush out my legs a little bit, ankles and knees. I've just took a pounding the past few weeks, and yeah, they're just not used to it, so you know, it's not going to do any harm, is it, unless I stay in too long and get hypothermia, but it should be good. Alright, thanks for watching. If you could like, subscribe, much appreciated.